reviews, etc., etc. But for the moment, I want to talk about Velma. Yes,
Okay.
that's right. I said Velma, which is a dismal criticism magnet produced by Mindy Kaling and funded by HBO that bastardizes every single thing you once loved about Scooby-Doo for a twisted adult cartoon. There's only 2 episodes so far, and the internet is already full of hot takes about how terrible the show is, but today I want to discuss why I'm, I guess, fairly confident that the entire purpose of this television program is to make people who see it angry and ride the wave of bad publicity to staggering overall viewership through hate watchers. No beating around the bush here, let's just dive in. Velma is a brand new HBO animated series based on the Scooby-Doo IP. Setting aside anyone's individual thoughts on that, whether or not they enjoyed it as a kid or ever even watched it in the first place, the reality is Scooby-Doo is a nostalgia-filled children's program as far back as the 1970s. I myself watched it whenever I could, within reason, I guess, during my younger years.
So y'all think that, like, maybe it was just a big fucking psyop to get everybody mad about it and then raise their awareness? I don't think that works. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think that
sounds like it wouldn't.
I think not only does that not work, but on top of that, imagine trying to sell that to an executive leadership board. Hey, we're going to make a show, and it's going to be fucking garbage. And it's going to be garbage on purpose because we want people to hate it. I think these are the kinds of things that, like, for example, a lot of people watch... they'll watch like the first episode of like a really, really bad TV show just to see how bad it is, but they're not going to they're not going to go to episode 7, you know what I mean? They're
not a
gonna watch
chance.
Episode 1 or 2, and then that's it.
But what we see now from HBO and executive producer
yeah.
Mindy Kaling is a demented patchwork of bad jokes, insults, and poorly disguised vindictive themes meant to make every single person who watches the show angry and ride the already enormous wave of hate to colossal overall viewership. In my opinion, and keep in mind a lot of this is, of course, my opinion, this show is one of the first ever clear-cut examples where there actually isn't even a well-defined target audience, because that target audience is everyone, and the methods used to capture their interest have absolutely nothing to do with legitimate narrative appeal. For starters, though this particular angle has been covered extensively by other commentators, Velma appears to be a self-insert, as it's called. Mindy Kaling, an Indian-American comedian, actress, screenwriter, and producer...
Wasn't she in The Office?
Yep. And she was hilarious in The Office because she acted like an idiot.
That one scene where, like, she's trying to play games with Daryl, and she's like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to go out with you anymore. He's like, all right, yo, I'll see you later. Peace. I gotta go. And she's like, wait, I was just trying to see what you were saying. And then he's like, yeah, I gotta go. That was it. That was my favorite fucking scene about her, man. Oh my god.
Daryl's the GOAT. He doesn't play.
Producer is the executive producer and writer of the show itself.
Yeah, she was good.
Which coincidentally has decided to racially swap Velma, the main character, from white to Indian, with Kaling herself doing all of the voice acting.
Oh,
on the surface,
she's the
that's
character.
fine.
Okay.
I don't really care for the political discourse that rapidly devolves as soon as you mention racial character swapping. But for
I mean, again, Peter Skull, literally in The Last of Us. Is he white? No, he's not white. Does anybody give a fuck? No. Because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
For this particular case, yeah, it is kind of relevant. The thing to
Anyone
understand
actually
is
give a
that Velma
fuck? I don't think so.
Atrocious favorability ratings,
Ooh.
though it is admittedly far from a perfect.
How the fuck do audiences, how the fuck do you go from 55% to 7? Like, don't you ever ask yourself, like, if you're catching L's with this, and you're constantly, like, rating things with, like, a 40% differential versus your audience, there's got to be something wrong.
Barometer in this case, Rotten Tomatoes is currently sitting at just 7% audience favorability, making it basically one of the worst rated shows in existence.
And you've got to think the half of that 7% probably just hit the other button on accident.
However, approval has absolutely nothing to do with numerical success. It's not exactly an uncommon trend, but Velma is now joining a long list of predating programs, such as Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones or Amy Schumer's Growing.
Yeah, look at this.
Such as...
Bro, like, how the fuck does Dave Chappelle get 35% critical reviews, but 99% audience score? I can tell you how. It's
How?
because the people that rate these things
Tell me how.
are completely out of touch.
Nah, that's fair.
Way.
Dead
It's
ass.
on the online.
Come
2023.
on. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Bounce.
You don't make that bad of a
All right.
differential if you just
Let's get some brawl going.
if you're in touch with your audience. They're paid for. Critics being activists. There you go. And it's just
garbage.
so fucking annoying, man. Oh my god. People are complaining about the Pedro Pascal example. Here's another one. Nick Fury plays Samuel L. Jackson. Does anybody give a fuck? No, they don't. Because he's a good actor. That nobody gives a fuck about a race swap if the character is good. Okay? That's the only thing that matters. If the character is good, nothing else matters.
There's a
The
black
actor
Nick
is
Fury in
good
the comics, I
because
thought.
he's a good actor. That's
Or
what
I'm bugging.
matters. Everything else is bullshit.
Alright, I'm running this fuck.
Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones or Amy Schumer's Growing, which demonstrate a widening gap between critical acclaim and
Homie's
actual
got
enjoyment of the audience.
The
Dave Chappelle
chocolates.
loved
Alright,
the comedy show, while critics hated it. For Amy Schumer, critics loved the special, while the general audience despised her.
Yeah, of course. What a fucking surprise. Nobody likes her. Like, I haven't heard about her in like 2 years.
Honestly, yeah.
And like also, I think there's another example that you can use for why I don't think this was a like. I'll wait for his argument for it. But here's another example of why I don't think this was like intentional. The show to be bad is because remember the Ghostbusters with all the women in it?
What's he
You
about to
didn't
say?
see another one of those, did you? Because nobody watched it. Everybody talked about it. Everybody talked about how bad it was,
Word.
but nobody watched it.
I ain't even watch
But
it.
for Velma, it seems
Right
like
now, I'm not even watching
want
Velma.
to pretend it's a good program, at least some of them. The barriers are coming down, and reality has begun to set in, at least on a very basic level, that this is a terrible
not
piece
playing,
of
he's
writing
here for the
that should not
points.
exist and deserves absolutely no respect. Alright, before going further, it's time for today's video sponsor, who is particularly well suited for existing channel demographics. Most of you watching this are
getting
ages
my ass
18
handed
to
to me.
45. It's actually always been that way since the very early days of the channel, and as a result, some sponsor products are better suited for channel integration than others. If I advertised makeup, for example, it would be
I can't hit a single
big
person.
brands pay well,
Mother
but what's the point if no one watching videos
fucker.
desire, need, or use
That
them?
was my fault.
Instead,
I know
I'm
where
here
you're going now.
advertising Keeps, which is a hair loss prevention treatment with more 5-star
Fuck.
reviews than any current competitor. You can order and get treated directly from your own home for a fraction of the cost when compared to other products.
I need to smack
Generic
Koji.
versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss treatments on the entire market. 2 out of
Fuck,
5
I need to get
35 will experience hair
You
loss,
piece of
making this basically an ideal sponsorship for the channel. If you click the link down below, you can get 50% off your first order. Again, that's a 50% discount on your first order if you click the link down
Never
below
even
in
played
the
with this guy
description today.
before.
Keeps can help prevent, in some cases, actually even reverse the process of hair loss. And yes, I do absolutely get paid for this. I try to mention that every single time.
He's
I'm
not
a
getting
sponsor,
paid for
but
it.
that sponsorship has been one of the longest running partnerships for Upper Echelon, allowing me to continue what I do,
Bounce.
and it's very much appreciated. Again, link down below in the description for a massive discount. Big thank you to Keeps for sponsoring the channel. Alright, time for examples. Right off the bat, we have an Indian-American screenwriter, producer, and voice actor who turned Velma
Yay.
into an Indian-American character, which she was not before this, and now does the voice acting herself.
No!
Heck of a start. What's next?
Come on!
Randomly swapping Shaggy. Probably
Chill!
character along
I think this one's the
My
most.
bad.
This is
My bad.
like as I said. I don't think that's that big of a deal. You just make him just like Shaggy, the rapper. It wasn't me, and just completely play into
The
me. I feel like
rapper.
this is the only one that I don't really care about that much. If they actually did that.
Princess Bubblegum, chill out!
besides Scooby-Doo himself, who isn't even in the show,
Nah,
who's
you're
now
bugging.
black.
I can't do this
Yeah,
shit.
and also a
I mean,
notable
it's just for memes,
anti-marijuana
that's all.
presence in the program.
It's not
Gone
gonna
are the
be a
days
good
of a
TV show.
close-knit detective
Bro.
where
It'd
the
be
lovable
funny.
stoner and his best friend
My
Guy
cheeks
Soup
feel
quietly
crazy
conduct
right now.
investigations. Instead, we get a totally warped show where the
Norval's his
characters
actual name.
and pretty much everything about them is different and terrible. In the past, parents were likely aware of the insinuation that Shaggy was a part of, shall we say, stoner culture, or 420 culture, which let the
I'm
kids
gonna
unaware
rage
of
quit
the
so
hidden
freaking
subtext
hard right
watch
now.
and enjoy, while the parents maybe got a laugh too, or picked up on
I'm
hidden
going
messages
to-
that didn't really apply to them.
I'm out, bro.
Yes, the snacking and general comedic nature of that dynamic was
Did I
likely
rejoin?
on screen. No beating around the bush here, that's gone. It's not gone because it needed to be
Out
gone.
for
It's
real,
gone
for
because the
real.
writer who also racially swapped the main character to her own race and then voice acted her, decided to make him black for quite literally no apparent reason. I'd like to say again that by itself, that doesn't matter. Racial characteristics of on-screen characters really shouldn't matter in an ideal world. But Velma isn't...
I think it does matter. Like, you change the race of a character, people have an idea of what the character's supposed to be, and then it's something different. What the fuck? Of course it's gonna matter. But people will forgive that if the adaptation is good enough.
Yeah, if it's good, they forgive it. If it's trash, they hate on
It
it.
isn't doing this to make an actual point or appeal to a separate demographic even. It's doing this to make people angry, which is working. There's only a couple of episodes out right now, but let me just frame this out for everyone. Velma is an insufferable know-it-all that despises the world, has crippling hallucinations that apparently cause heart attacks somehow,
Yo,
and judges
what?
everyone at precisely every single juncture. Fred, a mainstay of the Scooby-Doo universe? Yeah, he is, not kidding here, even though I wish I was, a tiny dick loser who hasn't gone through puberty. His dad is ashamed of him. He can't function beyond the cognitive level of a toddler, and therefore becomes a burden on everyone around him nearly 100% of the time. This isn't a creative choice.
I'm about to end his whole
This is a creative
life.
choice to insult
Word.
white people. Yes, I know some people will immediately start throwing out buzzwords like white fragility, but the show is plastered with examples where white people are
White
painted as,
fragility.
flat out even called, serial killers, druggies, and insensitive trolls that merely subtract from Velma's brainpower in obnoxious ways.
I can see where somebody would find that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the white guy equals bad. Yeah, nobody's gonna like that. Big surprise. It's like you can do something like that. You do whatever you want. But you can't make a certain race of people look bad and then be surprised whenever they don't like it.
Think about this. Fred, who is now the only white male character of any importance whatsoever, can't even cut his own food. Velma humiliates him constantly on the basis of race and class. But it doesn't stop.
Wait, what? So she's a racist? What the fuck?
Yes, Velma is racist. Great success.
Stop there. Because Velma is also
Yeah.
a lesbian. Again, nothing wrong with
Nice.
that.
This is actually not a
Pretty rad. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Oh, wait.
And the show is
Never
now
mind.
very openly pushing sexual themes. Velma and Daphne have chemistry of sorts. Not really, but in a way where they are obviously in a specific trajectory
Yeah.
leading to sex. And broader areas of the show also seem to be designed as a sort of narrative funnel into the idea of 15-year-olds being hyper-sexually active. One demographic...
Oh, yeah,
will be
what's up with high
Whether
schoolers?
they
Always
should is up to you as the viewer.
tired of
No,
these
no.
shows.
Another will be angry about Velma and her hypersexual themes. Yet another will be angry about the racial swapping, but it doesn't stop there. Daphne's parents are a racially diverse lesbian couple who adopted her, by the way, and are also cops by profession. Yet another cultural speed bump in the works here. Who draw their guns, these lesbian cop parents, who draw their guns on an unarmed teen immediately in the first episode, as well as shoot an unarmed teenager, cartoon teenager, that teenager being Fred, 2 times in his own house without a warrant as he tries to pull out a pen. Not done yet,
Oh, that sounds realistic. Okay. All right, got it.
because they also go undercover in the town's high school looking for drugs, as they paint
Oh my
marijuana
God.
as some sort of dangerous
Nice.
facade.
Famous Tumblr fanfic.
No.
That's about
Cap.
right, isn't it? Oh, wow. What is this? It's like the creators had a checklist. Look, it's just some of these people, it's brain rot. What do you expect?
Phenomenon, thereby pissing off yet another demographic, where these cops then start whipping out and firing tasers. I should also mention at this point that Daphne herself is apparently Asian, making 3 out of the 4 main characters in the entire show racially swapped.
Okay.
I can't help but consider something here, and maybe I'm way off base, but a growing section of Hollywood, as well as the entertainment industry at large, seems to now believe that the worse you make a show's writing, as long as you
Look
are
at this.
aware,
Gosh.
quote unquote, of it being bad, the better the show actually is, because of subverted expectations. However,
Well, the subverted expectations is like... I'm trying to think of like a good example of subverted expectations. That's not necessarily subverted expectations. like, whenever the expectation is that the show is good, and then you subvert that expectation, and it turns out that it's actually bad, oh, well, I mean, that's like breaking the fourth wall.
However, Velma has gone so far beyond that flimsy initial premise, it is now just flat-out offensive to pretty much everyone who watches it. Velma herself, as a character, is a
I don't want to get straight as
She is self-centered. She is horrible.
I don't know. I think it's kind of weird to, like, have underage characters and then have them in, like romantic scenes like this. I mean, it's a TV show. It's not a big deal. But it's like, if this is one of the main focuses of the story...
Sounds kind of fucking
garbage. It depends on, like, how you do it. Like, I think there are many shows and movies that have had something like this with, like, you know, a kid that's growing up and it's, like, you know, some awkward encounter and it's fine. But this seems weird. Big Mouth? Bro, I watched that show. I watched Big Mouth.
I hate Big Mouth.
God.
Should've watched that shit.
It was the trashiest, worst show I've ever seen in my life.
God bless.
It was so bad.
Yes, sir.
It was on, like, I watched it with Izzy, and it was just fucking... It's like the whole show is about sex, and all the kids are 11.
Yep. Burn that shit at the stake.
Let's not. Like, how about we don't do it? How about it just doesn't happen? 3 seasons, by the way. It's so fucking weird.
Terry, example being when she just eats out of the garbage for no reason at all, and the immediate atmosphere of the show does manage to call her a anthropic person. She is self-centered. She is horribly unsanitary. Example being when she just eats out of the garbage for no reason at all.
Wait, they have Velma eating out of the garbage? Why the fuck would she do that?
And the immediate atmosphere the show does manage to cultivate is intentional destruction of every established premise that Scooby-Doo fans initially loved. For those keeping track, let's go over the list so far. The show targets and alienates white people, a lot, specifically men, but also a wider group as well, through relentless and repeated racial insults. It certainly can't be for children, or even slightly traditional viewers, because it also pushes, within seconds, I might add, an uncomfortable amount of cartoon high school nudity, with a very clear push towards sexual awakening being a theme in the show. The main character, racially swapped by an executive producer of the same race, who then voice acts the character in question as well, is wildly unhygienic, deeply...
Only 2 episodes have been out, right? Like, there's like 10 more episodes to go. Oh my god.
Prejudiced and oddly sexualized, while the parents of her potential love interest are themselves interracial lesbian cops who violate the Constitution routinely, and due process as well, to just mercilessly shoot or attack unarmed cartoon teenagers at school or in their own homes. When we really think about it, none of
that's probably the only part that I think is like, it's like, I feel like it's like Sharknado, for example. You have the horseshoe theory. When something becomes so bad and so awful and so disgusting that it's good. And it's like, yeah, them going around as cops, just like randomly shooting people and stuff, that's kind of funny. But all of the rest of this stuff, it's like it's not perverse and disgusting enough for it to even be funny for how perverse and disgusting it is. It's just bad. Like, if you want to be just, like, absolutely, completely fucking, like, iconoclastic, like, you're just gonna break every fucking standard, we're gonna do everything different, this show's gonna subvert all the expectations, then you have to go all the way.
None of these characters are even remotely close to the original.
Have Fred cut his dick off.
Unspoken, ambiguous...
Make him cut it off.
Being a part of stoner culture,
Episode 3.
In some way, are being deliberately attacked, undermined, and torn down. I mean, what even is this shot right here? Are we supposed to be happy about this?
It's a joke in the show?
Laughing? Right. Is this brave? Is this obscene? Is it a hilarious
so
meta-commentary on
brave.
Or is it just bad, low-quality production that harnesses the infinite power of hate-watching to drive up viewership? Now, some of you might be saying to yourselves, no shit, obviously the show antagonizes previous fans and men and white people and stoner culture, etc., because it's supposed to. It's a
Don't you dare disrespect stoner culture, man.
Oh, I think, in my opinion, if
They'd
they
be
were
too lazy
to
to do
make a
anything?
show,
Makes
totally fucking fine. You want to do that? You want to have, like, whatever, you want to use your bingo chart and have a full blackout where you check every single box. Sounds great to me. Go for it. It's your show. But just don't expect a lot of people to like it. That's all. Yeah, go woke, go broke. Oh, there's some people that like that stuff. I'm just not one of them.
Who really likes that shit, though?
Before we go down that route, I want to specify that this bottom-scraping
Who is this made for?
also decides to insult the Me Too movement at large, in what feels kinda like unironic commentary.
Let's see.
One joke is about how the misanthropic, horribly disgusting, garbage-eating main character speaks the truth, like he did or used to show for the Me Too movement, which, when you think about this in context, is not really going to infuriate the same demographic as half the other badly written one-liners, and instead, similar to the law enforcement themes, is more likely to infuriate the overly emotional and hypersensitive woke audience that many people are assuming it's meant to cater to. Seriously, it doesn't get much clearer than this right here. Emblematic words from the original show, Zoinks, Jeepers, Mystery Machine, etc., are names of drugs in the new Velma series that Shaggy hates. But for all of its insults to existing fans, its deliberate destruction of established lore, and its effort to piss off practically every single demographic that views it, the show probably isn't going to flop. Think about it.
There's no way. This show has to flop. There's no way this show doesn't flop.
Number one top trending animated series on HBO Max today. Isn't this the exact same fucking logic that they used to use about how Andrew Tate is really popular, so that means he's right and what he's saying is good? You know what else was top trending? ISIS. I mean, that's
ISIS
not
do be
really
top
a good
trending.
way. That's like, people are trending whenever they die. Like, this is the worst way to judge things. It's trending. Morbius. Yeah, look at Morbius. There's another one.
That in mind. The number...
Like, Kanye talked about Hitler again. Hitler's trending. What does that mean, huh? How fucking stupid. There's only one animated
It's a tick.
Like 5. Okay, yeah, maybe one. Yeah, a lot. What a surprise this one's gonna be there. They canceled them all. Well, they should have.
Of creators, outlets, and news publications that are covering this dumpster fire is enormous. Tens of millions of views about harmful stereotypes, hundreds of millions of views on TikTok where offensive jokes are propagated to the very same community that they are designed to anger. Which results in what precisely? That's right, it results in viewership. People are watching Velma. Quite a lot of them, in fact.
What the fuck is over
Maybe
here?
a very, very small number of people fall into that category.
Nah, deadass. What the fuck is over here?
But because they want to see it firsthand, that's the real reason.
Yo, you can hear me? Over here where I'm at.
Feedback on all signals that indicate the speculative value of a series, despite the almost universal...
I got one, I'll leave the other two for y'all. It's more over there too where y'all at.
We don't have any real numbers.
That's
It's
one.
like whenever you're running a one-horse race, and there are no other animated shows that are that
I've
great,
never seen this shit
and
before in
everybody's
my
talking about how
life.
bad the show is, I bet 90% of the people that are talking about how bad the show is have never and will never watch it. They just see things on social media, and they never actually watch it. Like,
Oh shit, what the fuck?
He wasn't lying about this.
Yeah, this is such a bad idea. I think that you can use the example of the Ghostbusters 2016 with like all the women. Yeah, everybody was talking about this.
Oh, that's my ammo.
That one, yeah.
That like, oh, it must have been super popular. They must have made a lot of money.
Nice.
They didn't. It didn't happen. You never saw another one of those ever. It was a bad movie. Yeah, there you go.
But he's going to, there's nothing over there.
viewers
Already got
higher
that shit.
engagement on social media than most other shows in existence, because critics are very, very likely to post about the series, perpetuating a cycle where something terrible is being watched because it's terrible. Most television programs...
Nah, bro, like, look at DSP. Look at Wings of Redemption. There are so many videos about how bad these dudes are. Everybody
I know
fucking
about that one too, buddy.
Everybody is like, man,
Oh,
he's
you doing out there?
he's the worst.
You doing
And
on
guess
Mike?
what? They don't
Good
have any
team,
viewers.
bro.
It doesn't actually
Good
work.
team.
I don't know why. Like, yeah, they're barely making it.
You got
Look at
shots.
Logan Paul. I can guarantee you, Logan Paul in the long run, the crypto zoo thing will hurt him. There will be people that like him.
There was another one of those things where
and the same
or
thing.
whoever
with
didn't
the
get one,
Suicide Forest.
oh, he got
The
that
same
shit.
thing with all of this stuff.
But
That's
that
like
one-
a
It's a
closer.
matter of the amount of things that happen. Same with the Morbius movie. Yes. And the thing is,
Oh,
the
he
Morbius
does.
movie is such a great example. Because if you remember, the Morbius movie was
How much
re-released
pistol?
in theaters because of all the memes about it. And you know what happened? It didn't make any money. You know why? Because everybody liked memeing It's Morbid Time. But I would say 99%
You
of
take
those
that bike
people
or whatever,
typing
too.
It's Morbid Time
ATV to the left.
never watched Morbius, have
Yeah.
no intention of watching Morbius, probably couldn't even recognize any of the scenes except for the ones with
Nah,
Jared
we good.
Leto in
We
them
good.
as being Morbius.
Not far at all.
And
I
they
already
never
see
will.
it.
If you gave it to them for free,
We'll
they
take
wouldn't
it.
watch
Wait,
it.
no, I dropped
that by accident. Fuck.
It's just like there's no success case of a TV show or like a movie being universally hated and then they make
I
more
got
of
him
it.
like that.
It doesn't happen.
Nearly all of them, in fact, appeal to someone. And maybe Velma succeeds in that somewhere along the line here with, like, the most brain-dead
Let's
audience.
take that Claymore. I mean,
Yeah.
The overwhelming majority of people despise it, as many of them watch it anyway, making this a strong contender for the first ever example of something designed by hate, carefully crafted to alienate everyone, and deliberately structured as a sponge of negative commentary, which will probably accomplish the same ultimate payoff as a traditional cartoon. People love talking shit, and they love to pile on against bad media. Velma is the epitome of bad media, with what seems like a never-ending current of terrible decision-making, writing, and character choices, but when looking at all of it together in context, it almost becomes impossible to believe that this was not done intentionally. As the saying goes,
Well, they could have tried to make it ironic, wokeism and stuff like that. And I think if they went with that angle, it actually would have been a decent angle to go with. I would be like, all right, this is interesting. Let's see where this goes. But that seems like that's not what happened.
press
Isn't
is
it
good
satire?
press.
Yeah,
And
it's
while
like
that may
satire.
not be strictly
Yeah.
true in, let's say, a political race, for example, it very much is true here and now with Velma. The horrible, creatively bankrupt decision-making of Mindy Kaling has produced something that is going viral right now. It actually is, and will continue to do so as long as it continues to offend viewers. Each new episode will have new jokes that inflame anger in
Yep.
one group or another.
Buddy's
That
been
anger
over
leads to
here.
massive earned media, which catapults the show higher in viewership.
Oh, yeah.
People watch it just to see how bad it really is with their own eyes. If the show didn't do this, what would actually happen? Well, if we're being honest here, no one would watch it. Scooby-Doo is a franchise steeped in nostalgia with a
More
rose
than one, though.
but that lens can be shattered very easily, and the risk of trying to appeal to it when the downside of that effort is complete failure and a
City
complete
fucking
budget
ransack.
is too great to be justified. In my opinion, and I stand by this very strongly, in fact, the risk of taking a beloved property like Scooby-Doo that is fairly old, if you're talking about the heyday, and just ripping it apart with maximized artistic venom is actually safer than trying to make something good. It's much more temporary, perhaps, but for the moment, capitalizing on a virality.
Setting yourself on fire will solve the problem of being cold faster than buying a heater or starting a fire.
Y'all want to go into the city or y'all want to stay
What
on this?
absolutely happened. But it's what happens after you set yourself on fire. You know, like let's say like
to you, I don't know how to
25
read.
minutes after that, that's really where the problems occur. And it's,
I just need
it's
to
so
get more
weird to
ammo.
me that like anybody
Actually, let me
who
grab
does-
some
and I'm not saying that, like he's wrong about this. He could be right, but like if any like fucking executive at whatever company this was made at okayed this under that logic, that dude, they need to sit down and have a conversation.
Yo, there's somebody out
They
here.
need to talk to them about, look, listen, you need to watch TV. You need to actually, like, look into this. You need to figure out, like, you know, do you have a television? Have you seen, okay, you know what movies
said we
are,
go
right?
kill 'em.
Okay, so how many have you seen? Have you seen, like, 1, 2, 3, like, how many?
Alright, I'm
and just,
pulling up
you know,
a little bit back.
figure out what the problem here is.
Let's
It's
go.
nuts. Yeah,
Oh, there's a cop overhead.
Yeah, there you go.
Loop of sorts, where negative feedback is the engine behind
I don't know if that
It's an
smoke is
easier
fast.
thing to predictably accomplish.
Yeah.
When compared to the uncertainty of actually trying to make
We're gonna have
something
to do the
people
same
love.
thing.
I hope I'm wrong. I really, really do. But this feels like a pilot
I
program.
think that, like, you know, future plot devices inside of Velma.
This map is big as hell. We can do
you
whatever
could
y'all
have
want to do.
somebody get pregnant by
Yeah.
To make
Scooby-Doo.
this fun and go in a circle.
You can have Fred talk about his favorite artist, who's Kanye West, and he just recently
Go towards
started
the
getting
action.
into his content. Let's see, what's some other ones? You could have, oh man, I don't know if I should. You could have bring your gun to school day, and Daphne could bring one of her parents' guns. Oh man, this could get even better. Like, they should hire me. I can make this show way better than what it is already. Yeah, come on. Yeah, Shaggy becomes a 9/11 denier. I mean, come on.
Rain is falling off.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, bring your AR to school then.
You want to get on the
Yeah,
train?
there you fucking go, man. Yeah, somebody
I'm
starts
down
to
for the
fans,
train.
Exactly.
Let's
It's
go.
just...
Go.
I
We
think
ain't
if they
bullshitting,
want to
no
make
bullshit.
it just
Oh, it ain't even
absolutely
looted
offensive
yet.
to everyone,
Hasn't?
good.
Oh shit, about to
Then do
smoke
it.
me.
Don't
Yo.
hold anything
Ah
back.
shit.
Don't
Lost
take
my
any risks.
ass.
Don't be like, don't withhold any risks. Like, if you're gonna make a
Alright.
joke that's absolutely
That
fucking
shit
wrong,
moving,
make a
moving.
joke
Fuck.
about the Queen of England dying, do it. Fucking do it. It doesn't matter.
I'm gonna try to cut
Go
that shit
all the
off.
way.
I won't be able to.
Yeah, never. Yeah,
Jenny.
Daphne falls in love with Andrew Tate. That's so great. Yeah, why not?
Y'all straight loot up
She's
and we can
writing
meet
him
up.
letters from jail.
Don't
and
worry,
it's just
I
like
got
some
you pouch.
yeah, it's so good.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Fred Neo-Nazi,
valid.
that's what I was saying about
Some
like
stuff over
you
here
can tell
too.
that
Oh
like
shit,
that's like
word.
season 1 is like he likes Kanye West, and like season 3 is he's a neo-Nazi, and like season 2, you know, like maybe something else happens, I don't know. And yeah, go big. Really, really try to fucking nail this. Yeah, Fred joins Q. Yeah, think about like somebody.
Ha ha, G looking.
Oh,
You guys good on the ammo?
Like, let's see,
I got
what are some other
an ammo
ones?
box.
I feel like I'm. Oh no fucking way.
Uh,
Drop the gun. I want
Go
it.
big
This
or go
way.
home. Yeah, exactly. January 6th celebrate. Yeah, that's a really good one. And you have like, you have like all of the Republican like white people in the school that have like a big celebration on January 6th. And it's like for, they're all listening to Kanye West and, doing other types of like weird redneck stuff. It just to be as absolutely fucking offensive as possible. Yeah, R. Kelly is involved. Yeah, bring R. Kelly back. Why not? ISIS. Let's have ISIS.
I say we go to
movement.
the
Like
city.
maybe Shaggy joins ISIS.
Word.
Oh man, this is just it could be something really beautiful. Yeah, all in the same episode, exactly. Yeah, it's just, but their goal isn't to be offensive, dude. They're not doing this to trigger.
Man,
people.
money
This
right
is
here,
just how
so-
they want the world to be. I don't
Got
know.
the
It's
Jeep
really
Grand
cool.
Cherokee if
I'm
you need
saying
to
if you
escape.
want
Oh,
to
there's
be
somebody right over there.
possible, just call me up. I've got a lot of ideas.
Push it
Push it
towards us too.
Yeah,
see it?
Stevens Island. Yeah. Great fucking idea.
Ran for purely
Brilliant.
malicious reboots with the only definable
He's
intention
running at
to
me.
maximize
Shit.
anger
Where's
with
that
the
go?
of existing brand goodwill. Today it's Scooby-Doo, tomorrow hopefully nothing, but who knows. Again,
Yesterday
I do
was
hope I'm
Earth
wrong,
Wings.
but that's it. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below. Also, don't watch further. Don't hate watch it. If you're gonna do it, pirate it, I guess, but just don't add to the feedback loop here where everyone is watching a show that is terrible and deserves absolutely no success, but it's going to be successful now because everyone hates it so much. And look at me, I'm perpetuating it. Like, some people will watch this video and then go watch Velma because I talked about it and said it's so bad. Because it really is that bad. It's actually one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life, but it's successful. being bad and being successful are not mutually exclusive. Anyway, yeah, that's
So,
also that's not scripted. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like I've just been sitting here thinking
Another one over here,
of
something.
plot devices that
Damn.
you could make to this show if you wanted it to be as bad as possible, given like what the cast is. There are so many of these that I'm thinking of that are so bad.
Go inside, go inside. I got
Like this is something. It's just like, fucking perverse. Like the person that would think of this is like, you should, if you make this, you should go to jail. It's like if you made this, you lived in China, you'd go to a re-education camp.
Oh shit, we gotta move.
And Patreon for a month.
We gotta jump into something.
Channel, social media, the video sponsor, a YouTube alternative, Odyssey,
That G.
etc. But I'll cut it there. As always, thank you all for watching, and have a nice night.
Oh, good. You got
I'm
the
whipping it
back.
around
That's
front.
good.
Pull it up to the front.
Keeping things fresh. Oh man, it sounds like South Park now. Exactly.
In your face, boy.
Yeah, the gang visits North Korea. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, you know, just like
What the
completely,
fuck?
like fucking, you know, hone in on racial stereotypes. Just do it with just
Can I get
no
across here?
remorse. Yeah, oh yeah, Velma visits.
You about to park this shit, bro?
We bounce.
It's just. Imagine it
Where the fuck do I even go?
Muhammad point Jesus, yeah. And just make it as absolutely offensive as
Bro, I don't even know where to head out
That's
to.
the whole
Just
way.
make them, bro.
Go,
Get
go,
to
right.
Go.
Like, even if they make
Go.
the show
Follow
We
me.
got this. We go.
nobody will like it because
Get to the bridge. Get to the bridge.
To the left?
path forward. It's
To the
like,
right.
Go to the bridge.
Word.
Whichever bridge.
Or gummy bears. It was actually gummy lifesavers. I don't remember. It's pretty much all the same. And I ate half the bag and I was sick. And I told myself I have to eat the rest of these gummy worms. But that way they'll stop making me sick.
Go straight all the way. Take a left.
Through it. You gotta
Up
do
here?
the whole thing.
Take a left. Yeah, take a
Get out
left.
of the way.
This
That way
left
it's
right
not
here.
gonna
Take
be
it.
there anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you go and it goes.
Wanna get this
I
new
know
whip?
it's a little bit
From
idea.
here?
Absolutely, why not?
Then take a right.
And you find the ghost of
Jump in the new shit. That's just gonna die.
Gandhi, and he's talking about how he was racist. And then, like, have the ghost of Martin Luther King talking about how people say he cheated on his wife. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do every single bad thing.
Oh
And
shit.
if you do that, maybe people that hate it it will become
Pull up
so
over here?
bad they will like it. That's all it is.
Yeah, you're good.
We
Or you
could.
could keep
With
going
Velma-
to the circle.
Yeah,
I'm pushing to the circle.
January 6th. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I could jump
Oh
there.
my god.
We wanna hold down one of these spots.
And Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, I mean, you could have that, exactly.
Somebody on your ass right now.
And, make them what? Oh my god, yeah, why not?
Oh shit, yeah, none of this shit was needed.
Yeah. It's just,
No.
oh man. Oh wow, this is just so fucking bad.
Fuck, I
I'm
gotta switch
just
some
thinking
of
about
those.
how awful you can make the show, and I think it would become so horrible and just disgusting and despicable that it would. I'll read a few of the comments actually. I want to read a few of the comments of this before I forget. And yeah, give me one sec. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, give me.
Nah, this map is fucking huge.
Yeah, just. I absolutely love these. This is so good. Fred becomes Velma's paper.
Is there a buy station? We buy home back. Oh wait.
And you don't
Shit.
stop a trend by hating
Been
it,
back,
you stop it by
Shit, I ain't
Right,
even
yeah.
peep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't hate it, I nothing it. It deserves as much regard as an incomprehensible scribble on a bathroom door. Yeah. The thing is that I can guarantee you guys that us thinking of these terrible plots will probably be more entertaining to do than watching any episode of this show. It's a giant projection of every failed relationship and daddy issue the creator has.
Anybody
Many
coming from
such
there?
cases.
Some people sound like they're behind you, yo.
Remember, no hate watching. I don't understand people that hate watch.
I'm still in the water.
It makes no sense to me. I will never understand it. It's so fucking weird. Anyway, I think this is very
I don't see
interesting.
anybody in the water.
Isn't it
You wanna
crazy?
take that truck and bounce?
The only explanation people can have for how bad this show is is that it was bad on purpose because
I don't know if you
nobody
can drop
would
it
actually
in water.
believe that it was just this bad on accident.
Oh
It's
shit,
like,
guys.
this is like some fucking conspiracy shit. It's like there's no
Fucking
way.
virology.
Do you know how far away that is? How many things would have had to work at the same time? There's no way, bro. Yeah, exactly. Life is stranger than fiction. Exactly. Yeah, there you go. I still stand believe that I think that House of Cards TV show, it didn't die because of Kevin Spacey. It died because of Donald Trump. The fucking show,
Fuck, I'm getting shot at right now.
the real life election was so fucking insane that the show that was supposed to be a more dramatic version of American politics couldn't keep up with it. And the show died.
Somebody shooting at me from the side. Watch out that door. Oh shit.
For Betty, there was no way to see
Right there.
the checks,
Got him.
what they were going to be until they were actually paid out. With a family and budgeting and just trying
Touch
to
his
support
back.
our boys.
You wanna push up that hill?
Touch his
Oh
back.
fuck, right to the left.
Not to know
Fuck.
exactly what I'm going to get paid or
Get my armor
what my
plates
budget
up.
will look like for the next couple of weeks. I have experienced a payroll error specific to a time off request, not showing correctly like the correct deduction.
That sucker was slow.
Accrual bucket. It
That
honestly
shit
has been a
was
seamless
awesome.
experience to get it corrected and updated. With Betty, I fix
We
problems.
gotta push up
before
this
they're
hill.
wrong.
They're gonna have to follow us. They're gonna be shooting at us from behind.
Yeah, they're from behind us.
Y'all still gotta do a gulag though, right?
But it's time.
We always had that, bro. I got one of them.
Do you ever wonder why some people who you've never heard of before all of a sudden appear everywhere?
I'm gonna just stay alive so y'all can come back.
Andrew Tate is an Anglo-American kickboxer turned
Put your
influencer
plates
whose
on.
extreme misogynist videos have helped make him the
I thought he was half black or something like that.
You got no
Is he
plates.
Anglo-American? I don't know about that. I thought it was half black.
Oh yeah, I need that shit.
Is he? I don't know.
Oh shit.
most
Got
viral
you.
man.
Where'd the other guy go?
Let's go. I'm in the crib.
And grip her up by the neck. Shut up, bitch!
Where did the other guy go?
He and his brother were arrested
Man,
I think he just
The
died.
judge is
Oh,
gonna
somebody
go
right
like
here.
by Romanian police.
They're up here.
You got me,
Investigation.
Sorry,
Take
y'all.
his back.
I got people in my
A few
crib.
months before
Fuck!
the arrest,
Damn.
in Romania, trying to
Gulag
get access
closed,
to their
too.
so-called secret society, the War Room.
The Worm is the most powerful weapon on this planet today.
To get
For
inside,
Valhalla,
you need to
G.
endure a professional cage fight in Romania,
I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
along with 100 Tate superfans.
We shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs.
I need to grow. I need to get better. I need to evolve. I'm not tough on myself. Nobody else will be. That's why I have for Andrew Tate.
He's changing.
Hold on to it.
What I found out
My plan was to sow anarchy.
is that this recent arrest appears to be just the tip of the iceberg.
This is definitely a hit piece. I don't care.
The real story
We've nearly conquered the internet.
began years ago.
There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female
No.
complaining?
Have you seen one?
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate. He was sweet and I guess vulnerable to being brainwashed by Andrew Tate and his cult.
People don't know what he's done.
I don't know why so many people are dancing around the topic that why is Andrew Tate popular because he beats the shit out of and disrespects women? I think it's probably Occam's razor. It's because a lot of guys want to do the same thing. That's what I think. Yep.
If you haven't heard of Andrew Tate yet, it's only a matter of time before he pops up on your newsfeed.
His videos have been viewed over 11 billion times, and in July he was more Googled than Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump.
That's a lot, man. People have the question marks. Are they really question marks whenever a lot of the people that, a lot of countries in the world do this shit already?
What you questioning? What you questioning?
That's fine. Am I the only person that, like, whenever I see, like, I've seen a few of these recently, and there are these, like, videos of a guy beating the shit out of a girl after a girl is, like, physically antagonizing him, and he just, like, ruthlessly beats the shit out of her. And there's a bunch of comments underneath that of guys saying, well, that's what you get for equal rights. That's what you get. Yep, uh-huh.
Ooh, that's not
I've
valid.
seen 3 of these in the past 2 weeks. I don't think
Bro
this
said
is
equal rights and less. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I bet your parents are proud of you.
I know it might sound like a hot take, but I actually don't
It's a
think
hot
it is.
take.
People might get mad, but think about it like this. What would make you... Here's a really good way to say it. What would make you believe that he actually abused those women? If you're a supporter and you think he's getting framed for all of this, what would make you believe that he actually did it?
He
for
did
a lot
do
of
it.
these people, you know what they're going to say?
What they're gonna say?
Nothing. Nothing is going to make them believe it. You know why?
Why?
It's because it has nothing to fucking do with it. And even if it was true, they wouldn't care.
Damn.
That's why Chris Brown's on the radio again.
That's bananas. Nah, he's low-key
Did
right.
Sean Penn beat the shit out of Madonna?
Oof.
Come on.
Nah, he's right. You don't
He's been
care,
called
do
the
you?
king of toxic masculinity.
You don't.
He said that rape victims should, quote, bear responsibility for being raped.
Okay.
We're about to enter his compound in
Big
Romania,
oof
which was
moment.
raided earlier this year as
I'd
part
say
of the
oof
rapes
to
and
that.
human trafficking investigation that led to his arrest in 2022.
Is that true that you sequestered an American girl?
She's not even pretty. This girl's average. She's ugly. I don't have time for this bullshit.
That's not a valid enough excuse.
That's not true.
Oh, she's ugly. It's not true.
I mean, of course he's going to say that, right? I mean, like, yeah, no shit.
That's just not it, Chief. Chief Ski, Mr. Cheeperson.
Read your mail. Went away on business.
Nah, that shit gotta go.
Or abroad.
That's what I would say, too. Okay, here we go.
That's what you would say. She's ugly, bruv. I got why am I having relations with such pitiful women? Nah, bro. Can't.
Hello.
Good to see you.
This place is giant.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour.
This is the place where he records the videos. Oh, I know this place, yeah.
Show you a lot of it. A lot of it's like off limits, but I can show you some of it. Gee, come bite them. Show them how scary you are.
Is that his fucking
What
dog?
level of security you have for your house every day, or is this just for us?
This
or-
is
That dog is adorable.
I am prepared for all eventualities. It's better to be paranoid.
That's why I have that.
Got a cannon, a pirate cannon, in case people try to blunder my booty.
Can't take you in there either. It's classified.
Classified.
Any off-limit areas.
I got 3 bathrooms, lavatories, classified.
TV, which I never watch. World title belts.
Which I think that's fair, right? He doesn't want people going in his house snooping around. That's fine.
What you gonna find, man? What you gonna find?
Who else lives here? Is it just you?
No, I live here with my brother. I think you get the best version of yourself if you live with other competitive men. I don't
Word.
have loser friends.
I play sports. That's true.
And discussing how we can make money from the conflict in Ukraine. That's what I enjoy. I don't want to talk about TV.
War dogs. That's war dogs.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Sorry to interrupt.
Yo, nah.
Georgia, good to meet you. What are you up to, Georgia? Working. Okay.
She's working.
The woman I'm trying to speak
What
to,
the fuck was
Georgia,
working?
would also.
He's like, okay. Yep, that's it. You're going.
She got a
You're
weird
done.
face.
Later be arrested with
Is that a Nick
conspiracy,
stick?
George, on the 2 coffees, please.
accused of assisting him in his human trafficking operation. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey, how are you? What are these guys?
Max.
Conquering the world, my friend.
Through what means?
I run Hustlers University, which is now currently the biggest online educational platform in the world. We've grown
The
extremely.
way his lips move when he talks, I run Hustlers University, which is now the biggest platform in the world.
10,000 people that are subscribed to Hustlers University. I think like the
Dog getting big money, bro. That's big fucking money.
Oh, you know, I mean, look. What did you expect? Did you expect like the NASA fucking war room? No. They're just Discord mods. Yeah, think about that, right? That's 110,000. How much is Hustlers University? I think I read
$50
it's
each.
$25.
No,
like that, right?
$50 each.
It's $50. Okay, so 50 times. That's like fucking. That's a lot of goddamn money. Okay. That's insane. That's like $5.1 million. There's $5.5 million in a month. I'm pretty sure. I think it's a month, right? I have no idea. That's a lot of money. I should start my own university. Fuck this streaming thing.
Hustlers University.
Hustlers University. Hustlers University.
For $49 a month, Andrew Tate's online Hustlers University promises to teach his millions of followers the secrets of modern wealth creation, from crypto trading to dropshipping.
No big deal, just the biggest online school in history.
Is this a sharp sword or is it kind of a decorative sword?
I did a Tate speech about why I have this sword. A Tate speech is like my YouTube channel, Tate Speech.
Yeah.
And I talked about how the number one problem with the world is that not enough men walk around their houses with swords.
Mm-hmm. I actually, there are some good points that Andrew Tate.
That would be one of the good points. That would be one of the good points. I feel more masculine.
That's up there for sure.
Because if more men walk around their houses with swords, so many of the world's issues could be fixed. You have to extrapolate it.
Yes, sir.
A woman panics, she sees something on TV, the man comes home, she's like, oh, we gotta start
and he's got his sword out.
So
she's just like,
and she's like,
there's no issues. The world is fine. My man's got a sword. Yo, I swear to God.
Of empowerment.
Uh-huh.
You got your sword, your wife starts talking, you're like, shut up.
Yo, what?
See, that's the thing. It's funny, goofy stuff that it gets played off as, and then it's like, so what you really do is you point the sword at your wife whenever you want her to stop doing something that makes you mad.
Be quiet.
Yo, bugging.
Unashamed.
Another exhibit for the court case.
Misogynistic.
Nah, honestly.
So far seem to match his YouTube persona.
So these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of like non-chicken nuggets.
Oh, I'm in the game. I want to skip that. So
these nuggets are made from chicken, but they're made to emulate the taste of non-chicken nuggets.
But to find out how he's translated those into viral fame, I accept an invite onto the Tate Brothers podcast, Emergency Meeting, which is also a chance to get acquainted with his brother Tristan.
Welcome to Emergency Meeting, episode 13. We have a special guest, Matt Shea, who is internationally renowned and respected. He's a folk singer, and he's going to sing us a song. Andrew's invited his mate.
Bro is a clown. Nah, you're a clown for
I'm
that.
just going to have to...
I think that Tristan got a hair transplant.
I think so.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure because, like,
I 1000% believe Tristan got a hair
transplant. And I seen
transplant.
Andrew. There's no way.
I'm just gonna have to bite my tongue and listen to you guys talk most of this emergency.
No, it's not a big... It's not like this is an indictment of his character. He's not a bad person. I might get a hair transplant. It's fine. It's just funny to mention. That's all. It's totally
This is
okay.
the big LOL moment, dog.
Otherwise, I'm gonna walk off.
So, Matt, can you introduce yourself? Tell him about your singing career. Tell him where you're from, etc.
Yeah, so I'm actually not a folk singer at all. In the
What?
slightest. No, sorry.
What? Are you calling my brother a liar?
You lied to me.
Yes.
They put him right in the middle of them, too. That's
I've
OD.
never seen the clown that hides from gay people.
And
You're a child. You're a
No, I
child.
haven't seen a clown that has the gay
So you've never seen him?
No. Is he here somewhere?
Strange. Well, yeah, he's right here. I see him.
Oh, I get it.
You're an
Have
idiot.
you ever seen the clown that hides from gay people? No, I haven't seen him, so it means you're gay. Okay. I've never heard that. That's a new one. Never heard that one.
All right, let's be nice to our vice first. Let me be nice to him before he does a hit piece. This is definitely a hit piece. I've warned my
Before he does a hit
and
piece.
I don't care. I'm uninterested. I've clearly conquered the internet. I'm clearly unstoppable. I'm like the board.
You've invited the liberal news media to come
They
talk
can
to
all come. Just because I'm wearing a gun, I'm violent. Is that how it is? Just because I got knives all over the table and I'm a kickboxing world champion, I'm violent.
You are wearing a gun and you have knives. That does make you a little bit violent.
It makes... No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Sing me a song.
I think a few more minutes, we'll be done with it.
No, you can sing now or you're off.
During an ad break, Andrew breaks character.
30-second break.
Another 5 minutes. You can talk shit back. You can annoy us.
Don't worry, no, I know. I'm just not very good at
I don't think that's breaking. I think that's fine. Like, this part, as I said, I think that the bad stuff this guy does begins and ends with women. That's the main bad stuff. This here, this is totally okay. This is just goofy, funny content. Nobody cares. Nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's dying. Nobody's being locked in their house. Like, nobody's being threatened to be thrown off a bridge or a balcony.
Very good at talking shit.
Yeah, this is fun. This is just entertainment.
We've got a long career. We have to do our normal broadcast.
Okay.
Kick him off the pod. Cool, man. Have fun, guys. Sorry, this is going to be the worst documentary.
There's no way.
Oh,
I have to fix that. I'm trash. I'm fucking absolute garbage, doo-doo piece of shit. Trash for that shit.
Don't put that on the internet. Who cares? Right? Whatever.
Within minutes of being on the
Yo, save me, King. Save me, King.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Already.
You promised to sing to me. If you think I won't kick Vice out of my house, you can sing now or you're off.
Tate brothers embarrass Vice reporter. 18,000
He saved me.
likes.
You're the best.
246 comments, 66 reshares. Oh, I accidentally liked it. Ooh. Let's see what people are saying.
Rip algorithm.
Tate win as always.
Tate W. W.
Tate win as always. Another Tate. Commentate W. Yeah.
Commentate W.
Holy shit.
I'm impressed how easily he runs over weak men's arguments.
Yeah.
It isn't Tate posting all these videos, so who are all these people? Tate Brothers Embarrassed Vice Reporter was posted by a fan account that has 58,000 followers and 3.9 million likes.
I really hope that these fan accounts of Andrew Tate aren't the same people that meme on K-pop stands.
I hope they are.
Because, like, really, what is the difference? Standing Tate, standing Luna, I mean, come on.
And is just posting loads of videos every single day. Right in the description of his account it says, looking to level up your life, start here. It's a sign-up link to the Hustlers University. Another account.
Yeah.
And again, a link to the Hustlers University. He's got a clever formula here. It turns out a big part of Hustlers University is an affiliate marketing scheme where boys as young as 13 are instructed to share controversial videos of Andrew with links to the Hustlers University underneath.
That's smart. Yeah, because it's like basically, so if you want a way to explain this, so you have like Tate at the top, and then you have advertising kids, and we'll go ahead and we'll make this one smaller, and then we're gonna have that's a little bit too small. Let's go back over to like maybe this, okay, and then maybe another one here, and then maybe another one here, and then under this you have buyers, right? And then you have lots of oops, excuse me, I messed that up. Lots of buyers here, and if you see here, what we can do with this very interesting thing just put it right in here. Okay. There we go. Convincing 13-year-olds to become part of your pyramid scheme. Interesting strategy.
If someone signs up through your link, you get 48% of their subscription fee. By financially incentivizing 110,000 students to share his content online, Andrew has essentially built an army to make him rich and famous in a very short space of time. And he's tactically avoiding the impact of social media bans because it isn't Andrew himself posting, it's his legion of fans.
Oh, yeah. All I'm doing is saying that the shit that everyone thinks isn't allowed to say. So that's the reason I'm all big on the internet.
Oh, I think that's true. I actually think that he's totally right about that. He is saying the things that everybody else thinks and everybody else says, and they're too afraid. Like, that is 100% why he's popular. Absolutely.
I'm starting to wonder whether he's just a living meme.
You're a loser because your mentality is loserish.
Some kind of viral marketing campaign to swindle money from confused young men.
You never had the life I have, ever.
Or if he really believes what he says.
All I am offering is the truth.
The Matrix.
Because your stuff
Neo.
is amazing. But what if bad stuff happens to your stuff? Meet Lemonade, the 100% digital renter's insurance. For $5 a month, it covers $10,000 worth of your stuff, like gaming stuff, clothing stuff, and stuff that lets you get even more stuff. Yeah, that's the stuff.
Maybe I should have taken that sniper.
If you're on a trip with your stuff, that stuff is still covered. Best part, Lemonade takes a flat fee, and after covering your stuff, donates to the stuff you really care about. That's the good stuff. So get Lemonade Renter's Insurance and cover all your stuff.
Andrew first appeared on our screens as a reality TV star.
I've never been in a situation in my life so far, in my 21 years, where I really want something.
He was ugly as fuck.
He had found
He kind of looked like my little brother. My little brother was ugly as shit.
I want to manipulate a lot of people to win.
But something happened when Andrew was on Big Brother, one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time.
This is Big Brother. Due to events in the outside world, Andrew has had to leave the Big Brother house.
He was reportedly removed from the program when a video surfaced of him slapping his ex-girlfriend and then beating her with a belt.
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen?
And this was the one that, this was the one that the girl came out and said that it wasn't, this wasn't the, it was like foreplay or something like that? Yeah, it was roleplay.
Foreplay. If that's foreplay, yo.
This is like BDSM.
Did I say it?
Yeah, BDSM
Which, by the way,
some weird.
totally fucking fine. I think BDSM roleplay, not my thing. Totally fucking fine if it's consensual. I think there's nothing wrong with it.
Public outrage simmered down.
Y'all consensual about
a
it.
video of his ex, claiming it was all part of a so-called kinky game.
Yo, you can't say that like that.
What the public didn't know, and what we can now reveal, is that around the time that Andrew was playing Truth or Dare in the Big Brother pool, the UK police had informed the production company that he was under investigation for 2 incidents involving other women. One of rape, and a further of physical assault. In May 2021, Tate made reference to his arrest in an appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
I was like, who are you? They're like, you're under arrest for a suspicion of assault of this dumb hoe. And I'm like,
Of this dumb hoe.
They didn't, but I'm gonna protect your
Oh yeah, Fresh and Fit. You know the guys today. It's a dumb hoe.
During this same period, the Tate brothers were
That's why your boy's bad.
and sex business, and creating the first of their many online courses teaching other men how to do the same.
I am her everything. It doesn't matter if I fuck someone else, because I'm her everything. She has nowhere else to go.
DNS.
It was called
Put your boy in storage.
Can you imagine being the judge? This is like game journalist difficulty level case. It's like, let's review the evidence. I did it. Okay, there's 5 other videos of him saying the same thing? Okay, alright, yeah. Yeah, this is easy mode.
The Tate PhD, or Pimping Hoes degree.
She was a fucking hoe, and I spotted it instantly because she didn't humble herself when she was supposed to.
Oh my God.
I didn't waste any more time on her because
Oh
she's
my
going to be doing like my other girls do, living in my house, letting me fuck other women, remaining loyal, and fucking bringing me coffees and doing as I say.
Andrew is
Sounds like a
down
great
the
life,
Pimping
huh?
Hoes degree to focus on the Hustlers University.
Jesus.
Luke, your screen's compromised, yeah? So keep it super fucking vanilla.
But with a historic rape allegation in the UK, and the Romanian...
I do find it to be kind of funny that even at the highest level of this business, it all comes down to being a Discord mod. That's the real war room. It's happening right now on Discord.
He's now looking into him for rape and human trafficking. I want to find out more about his methods of recruiting women.
Did you at one point say that the girls who started as your girlfriends and then worked for the webcam industry, 100% of the profit goes to you?
I think in a lot of households in the world today, the man is in charge of the investments. I think that's not an uncommon thing. Tell me
It's an interesting way to say yes.
view I have that you think is genuinely insulting or destructive to society. I'd like to hear it.
You prefer younger women who are 18 or 19 because you can leave an imprint on them?
No, when I say leave an imprint, I mean that. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, like, if I get her, I can brainwash her. I'm not trying to say that. If you meet a girl who's 22 and you're her second boyfriend, she's probably like a nicer person, less jaded, less upset, less suspicious.
So you like to be in a position of power?
It's not being in a position of power. It's about, I enjoy to show her amazing things. You're trying to attach things to the situation which aren't true.
5 years ago, you said rape is a terrible thing, but...
I'm going to be honest. I think that this guy's coming on too hard, and he's actually doing a disservice to the interview. Because if you had come on softer and not ask these questions super early on, you can probably get him to admit way more stuff than if you just...
Yeah, he could have gotten him to admit a lot of stuff.
Immediately. Are we good? We're back on. Sorry, guys, the Matrix almost got me. Yeah, now he's hostile, right?
He could have gotten him to admit a lot of stuff.
It's like one of those games, right, where you have like a hostile relationship with an NPC, and you have to like bring them 35 chocolate pieces in order for it to be unfriendly again.
If you put yourself in a position to be raped, then you should bear some responsibility for that.
Okay, so first, we agree that rape is a terrible thing. The point I'm trying to make is the best way to prevent yourself from being raped is to have a degree of personal responsibility and not put yourself in positions to be raped, as opposed to standing there saying that rape shouldn't happen because, or men, raise our boys better. You know what else shouldn't happen? Robbery. I want the freedom to walk down the road with $1 million in cash.
Is it fair to compare the desire to walk around with £1 million in cash to someone wanting to just walk around their own city at night?
Well, female beauty is extremely valuable.
Of course. That's a bit of a weird one.
Oh, sus?
Yeah, okay, that's a... Oh... Man.
Of course, female beauty is extremely valuable in the eyes of men who seek to exploit it.
I don't give a shit about having sex with beautiful women. I fuck them so they listen to me. So I can get what I actually want, which is not them. It's a means to an end. Every single Bond girl was exploited. That's exactly what I do.
Have you heard the term lover boy before?
The lover boy method?
Yeah. Romantically involving yourself with a woman and then making money off of her in some sort of sex-adjacent industry.
Firstly, I would call the webcam industry far closer to psychology than sex. The webcam industry has prevented suicide.
He's probably right about this.
God, I hated that though. I still hated that.
Like, yeah,
he's just manipulating dudes. He's just manipulating dudes. He's psychologically manipulating and taking advantage of simpy men.
Why is it that these guys donate tons of money and message these girls on OnlyFans and subscribe to them? It's because of the personal touch, and if you understand that, and you understand how to manipulate that psychology, that's where you make the fucking money. Put 2 on top of 2. It's the psychology that matters. That's a baseless claim, though. Okay. That's fine. Think whatever you want.
Than any group of therapists, any action group, any charity ever would, right?
Is that true?
No way!
It's not about measuring, it's about my personal experience.
One of the concerns that people have about that method is that
let me correct you, because I'm a professional.
Is that it's similar to, or people might consider that a form of grooming.
Okay, so I'm a professional, so I have to I have to change what you just said. I have to at least challenge you on it. Nobody's concerned about anything that happened 10 years ago when a bunch of girls got rich. There's not a single female complaining.
Do you think there's not a single female complaining?
Have you seen?
Ooh, well, I could think of 6. Yeah, I could. I mean, that's a. I mean, at least. Minimum. Yeah, that's a bit odd.
Come on, tell me.
Once you meet with a TurboTax expert who will do your taxes for you, you're free to do not taxes.
Andrew says no woman has complained about him personally. He won't let us speak to the women who work for him, so for now it's difficult to verify this claim. But I have spoken to many women who complain about the effect Andrew's rhetoric is having on their lives.
Okay, here we go.
To protect them from harassment, I've agreed not to name them.
Smart.
My ex-boyfriend was radicalized by Andrew Tate to the point of threatening to release revenge porn unless I took back what I said on social media against his sexist, misogynistic views. It's like a virus.
It's kind of ironic, right? Isn't this kind of ironic that, like, she says that he's sexist and take back saying that I'm sexist or I'm going to release all of
DNS, big boy! DNS!
You know, like, I don't know.
The things that he's spreading. The scariest thing is, I have no idea if the next guy I meet could be an Andrew Tate fan.
Yeah.
As a teacher, it's definitely worrisome. There are boys who look up to him, especially those that may be vulnerable and they're sort of going to go into the real world, carrying those violent views with them.
I'm 14. The boys at school my age think that it's okay to say horrible things like women are man's property and they get to do what they want with them.
I feel like that's some shit that people used to say whenever I was in school.
Get dropped!
Like when I was like 14 in like middle school, people would say stupid shit like that constantly. Yeah, it's just like edgy, stupid shit. Yeah, not here. I mean, I can only speak about like the middle school and the high school that I went to. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't know if that's because of Andrew Tate or not.
Makes me really disappointed in my generation.
Andrew's views represent a new era in modern misogyny, where you can now not only talk openly about subjugating and objectifying women, but doing so actually garners millions of committed fans.
They don't believe the level that you can operate at when you're actually a G.
The most hardcore of them have traveled here to...
You're not a G, she's employed by you. You're giving her
Literally.
money. Like, really, this is like guys fucking, like, it's so annoying. This is like guys that go to like a strip club or like Hooters and they get an ego boost because the people that are paid to be there are nice to them. Come on, man.
Romania to join
pay to win, yeah.
The War Room is a fraternity. We're a brotherhood which is designed to inspire the best from our brothers.
Okay.
They have to have the mentality and the pedigree to survive. There's tests, and if you do them, you can stay inside.
At the top of Andrew's fraternity is a small group of wealthy and powerful men who all stand to gain significantly from the expansion of his empire.
Yeah, of course.
This inner circle is not happy that I'm here.
I think it's, I think it's actually very, very eye-opening that liars and content creators are like very big fans of Andrew Tate and like people that
Fuck! No!
I find that to be a very compelling reason.
I'm not bugging, you're bugging. I'm not bugging, you're bugging.
No, but it turns out he's planning on teaching you a lesson.
I'm watching. I want to see how this plays out. Get smacked. Get dogged. Get trees. Self-revive. Dead. DNS. DNS.
Bro, that guy's never been in a ring in his life, and he's always talking about he's a world champ.
I meet and get punched in the face by the inner circle of the war room. In the world Andrew is creating...
No headgear? Bro, he looks like he's never fought a day in his life, and you're not even gonna give him headgear?
Bro, that's OD.
Yo!
Y'all are not in a street fight.
Out a gun and shoot you.
I'm 6'3", 350, and I bench 400 pounds. Deuce, deuce.
What are you talking about?
That's your reaction. I need to fight back.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, she.
He knew. Hold up.
It's an American moment, Texan moment. Yep.
Big Texan moment. He knew that the moment. I've done this with my siblings.
We're all fake fighting. You know, I'm trying to make them stronger. You know, they're throwing hands with me. We're getting after it. And the moment my younger sibling hits me in the nose or on a spot that hurts way more than it should, it's real life hands. And now you're in that street fight that he was just talking about. That's disrespectful. You're crazy. You're a nut job.
Pennsylvania, you could do it, but
yeah.
No, my friend, if you're prepared.
We've left Bucharest and we're driving into the Carpathian Mountains to meet
I actually like Asman.
Inner circle for the war.
Asman gold.
Which is going to involve
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
I've made it into Andrew Tate's war room, where 100 of his biggest fans have flown in from all across the world, each paying $5,000 to have their manhood tested by the one they refer to as Commander. None of us know what he has in store.
I welcome you all to the test. There is a cage fighting event, and every single...
This reminds me, like, this is almost like a knockoff of Fight Club. Yeah, this last, like, 5-minute segment, that's what it reminds me of.
One of you has been paired against a professional fighter. You will fight in the cage, on national television, and it's a real fight. There are 2 paths you can go down. You can agree to fight, or you can decide that it's not for you. You have 1 hour to think and make a decision.
That's going to be a hard no.
Oh, word, because you already got a bloody nose and shit.
Maybe I'll do a yes, just to learn.
I would never want to fight somebody, because, like, if they hit you in the head the wrong way, you're fucking, you know, it, like, changes the rest of your life. I mean, like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to get hit in the head. I've hit myself in the head enough. I don't need that anymore.
Sassy.
Pussy.
Does anyone have any questions?
Absolutely. You know why Andrew Tate wears glasses all the time? It's because he got hit in the head. You don't have to do that.
Bright lights hurt.
Bright lights hurt.
There's no training before this fight. If you've been walking through life too lazy to fucking train,
You should have been training this whole time.
I could not overhear some disagreement within the war room.
I think he wants to talk to you, wink, wink. How are you doing? What's
It's gonna be fine, bro.
Who's got the mic?
We have an ambulance.
Andrew's got the mic on and they're just listening to this shit. Nobody's getting fucking knocked out. I bet somebody gets fucking knocked out.
He said, what are you
Just
doing?
like ad-lib that? Nobody even knew this was gonna happen. He's like... I can pull a Tyler Durden in this bitch.
Yo, Yo.
Goes
My
up and
bad.
is like, you guys need
Let me
to
turn
find
on that mic volume. That's my bad.
Top G moment, man. Yeah. Classic Tate W.
Classic Tate W.
Iggy Semmelweis.
Mr. Ballseye.
Here I will share with you my secrets.
He's the self-proclaimed greatest hypnotist in the world.
You will learn the power of hypnosis.
And seemed to have an agenda that expanded
That was
beyond
on
the
me?
forum itself.
Oh,
into
easily.
He's an actual wizard. I love this. He's actually a wizard. This is amazing.
Larger and darker.
Oh my god.
Your sons will marry their daughters. Your daughters will marry
What?
their sons.
What?
You will create legacies. And
What?
Your daughters will marry their sons.
What?
You will create legacies. Enjoying
What?
those juicy steaks, that finer
Wait,
sponge, those
what
soft
is he? What did he say?
Exactly what's in your P.O. box without calling or getting in the car?
Nah, bro, that was bugging off from Xanax.
He refused to
Straight top, bruv.
but it's
Straight
clear
top.
he has a big role to play in whatever the war room's real agenda is.
This is the war room of Andrew Tate.
Welcome to the test.
Now is decision time. You are getting in the cage to fight a professional fighter who is trained to hurt you. Anyone who is fighting, please stand up. Anyone who is not fighting, you can stay seated, and we will begin the other program.
Just like that, a third of the room decides to get beaten up for Andrew Tate.
What happens to the people who said no?
For the top G.
Describing the reasons
Not
they didn't
just
do it,
Andrew
how
Tate.
that affects their life as a whole, whether they're going to make
He
decisions
has
in the
a
future to be
name.
ready for opportunities. It's where honor comes from victory.
That's crazy. Guys are crazy,
Pleased to speak
man.
to us.
I love
Coming
how
from a
all-
man,
my
dudes is
favorite part is they
crazy.
probably made them sit in the chair looking at the wall. That is so fucking good. I love this.
Yep. Learn to be a
As
man.
long as we hide his face.
Why did you say no?
I have been in the ring before, but just sparring. But I was like, fuck, professionals and Russians, like they guys are serious. I was just too scared. So then afterwards, I felt bad about myself, and I was angry at myself because I came here to be tested.
Andrew Tate has obviously said a lot of kind of controversial things online. What do you think about that?
A lot of things are very controversial, but I think the bottom of his message is a very, very positive one. Because if I'm not tough on myself, nobody else will be. Nobody really cares about me if I don't care about me.
And that's the problem.
Your
is that
family.
He's actually right about this.
That was
Yeah, if
was
you're
legit.
not looking out for yourself,
Nobody
if
else really
you
will.
don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
if you're not going to bat for yourself, nobody else gives
Who
a fuck
else
about you.
will?
He's right, 100%.
I'll give him that. I'll give him
That's what I learned from Andrew Tate.
People who decided this morning and people who decided at a later date here.
We have a chaperone following us. We've been told that we're not allowed to talk to anyone. What about in passing, asking people like, what single question?
Let me run this by tape before we film. No other comment.
Okay, alright. Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Our chaperone vets who we speak to and tries to heavily control our questions.
I want to talk to
What
you.
do you
Show that you're not some sort of growing extremist.
Why did you join the war room?
I don't want to be fucking stagnant. I need to grow. It's just a fundamental shift in my mindset. What I think could be bad is always good. Before the war room, I used to think, why is this happening to me now? What is this trying to like teach me?
About Andrew Tate.
That's a good thing to learn.
Online, things that
Instead of things saying why are things happening to you, what could I possibly learn from this experience is always a better way to deal with terrible
Interviewing under
things.
the chaperone's supervision.
Especially when they're terrible things like getting beat up by somebody who trained to a professional fighter. Yeah.
Who is this Miss?
Knock him out. I want to see somebody get knocked out.
We know you. No, you're not interviewing him. This is a wild animal. Not gonna happen. That's smart. I wonder what he would have said.
Mysterious chaperone.
He's an alpha wolf.
Hey man.
Matt, how are you?
Good. How are you? I was wondering if we could have a little chat. Yeah. Like
No!
He has a sports car.
I missed the whole time. We both.
And like most people have a sports car.
I'm butt. That was better.
Sorry, this is just like a random fucking story.
What the fuck?
I used to drive like my dad. which means that I used to drive like a literal fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I told my dad that Mizkif was driving 130 miles an hour in his car, my dad's first response was, "Oh, that's nothing. I drove faster than that last week. I went 140 down I-35 last week. What do you mean?" And so he's immediately trying to do it. So I used to drive like a fucking maniac all the time. And I remember
Got your backup. Kill him. Finish him off. Finish him off.
Creek on the side, and it was a rainy day.
Finish him
I went
off.
down there at like 80 miles an hour. Okay? I lost control of the car.
King.
I slid past another fucking oncoming car. It was me and Jeff in the car. I missed him. I got home, and I was like, you know what? We're not going to drive like that anymore. We're going to slow down. We're going to follow the law. We're going to wear the seatbelts even. We're going to get insured. We're going to call Geico. We're going to use the turn signals. We're going to use both headlights. It's going to be crazy. Allegedly. Yeah, no, I was driving like a maniac. Absolutely, yeah. I never, ever fucking do any crazy shit with my car now. Ever since that day. I was like, I think I was like 18. Like, it was like right whenever I first got my car. That's exactly how it goes. Yeah, I said, fuck that, man. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I was a,
Let me get all this ammo for the guns I don't
crazy
have.
boy. And,
Do I die? Let me pick it up! Fuck! Let me pick it up!
do not fucking speed.
Damn it.
Be very careful.
It wouldn't let me pick it up. It would just wouldn't. I'm leaving.
In these
96 is the worst I've ever done.
I'm one of the guys who manages
What
organizational
time
risk
is
and
it?
security
That's
for the
the real
war. So
question.
anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate them.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that
Ooh.
Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the War Room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, "I'm not a misogynist. I provide for my women."
This is what I'm saying.
What
Terrible
things
things
about
about
say
women.
about, for example, what you just
Which
said?
has
Do you
reached the
think that
realms.
they would consider that to be
Like
The phrase "my woman" for me
BDSM,
that
dominatrix, whatever it is, somewhere like that.
Like, this interview, this part, like, that's actually a very clever question for him to say that. Yeah, this is a much better word. Like, yeah, maybe he was nervous around Andrew Tate. I was a crazy boy, and, give you guys some fucking advice. Yeah, no more speed. Yeah, do not fucking speed. Be very careful.
So, what do they call you?
In these circles, sartorial or the sartorial shooter. I'm one of the guys who manages organizational risk and security for the War Room. So anyone with any criminal activity, maybe they are showing signs of being racist or sexist or any of these sorts of things, they're out straight away. We will not tolerate that.
And so how do you reconcile that with some of the things that Andrew, for example, says online?
Any claims of misogyny or the fact that he's, spreading hateful words, that's not the reality of who he is, and that's not what the War Room stands for, and that's not what he stands for. There are many clips of him out there saying, "I'm not a misogynist. I provide for my women. I would stand up for my women in a violent situation."
What do you think his detractors would say about, for example, what you just said, the phrase "my woman"? Do you think that they would consider that to be misogynist?
The phrase "my woman" for me ties into.
See, this one's much better. Like, this interview, this part, like, that's actually a very clever question for him to say that. Yeah, this is a much better word. Like, yeah, maybe he was nervous around Andrew Tate or something. I don't know. Maybe he was thinking about the chess game. Because, like, yeah, this is much better interview style.
The traditional values that we have.
Andrew's well known for talking a lot about his multiple
yes.
How does that tie into this idea of a traditional relationship?
Men at certain levels can
Well, I read the Bible. It seems pretty traditional.
provide for multiple women. I mean, even we can go back 100 years ago. Kings, wealthy men, they would support multiple families.
Absolutely.
How is that a bad
Did they really support that?
Recently, that
Or did they just have a harem and kind of like
masculine realms in work and career? Not that long ago, and indeed in many cultures around the world, women still have the traditional gender norms, And
Was
we believe in
everyone
war, and that's what
supportive?
leads to happiness.
Rather than a career or like you have, your own.
It's not me, man. I'm not a millionaire. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't
Well,
know.
I think this is actually something that, like, in an, like, consensually, I agree with. I think that, whenever I was growing up, my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she worked from home, and I would, if I had a kid, I would want to provide for, like, my wife and make it to where she didn't have to work. I think that's good. I am a traditionalist enjoyer. Traditionalism enjoyer.
No, that
Absolutely.
makes sense.
But I wouldn't do that if I didn't want to.
Word.
That's the difference. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would
But you
allow them
can
to, like,
make
have
them
their own
want
car and leave the house occasionally. Like I think that's fair.
Women who I know who are most fulfilled in life are not trying to do the things that traditionally men used to do.
What about a situation where this has just popped into my head?
Like once a week,
where
right? Yeah.
I want my girlfriend, who I love, to be a kept woman, but she doesn't. She wants to pursue a career or something like that.
Then find a different woman. Very simple.
And that's fine. I think that part is actually totally fucking fine. Because it's like, in the same way that, like, yeah, we don't align, all right? Thank you, but no thank you. Totally fine.
The core belief driving the war and what men here are seeking is a misogynist fantasy of a time when they were kings and women were subjugated.
You can say that in a great... You can say that in a greater sense, sure, but I think going off of what that guy just said, I don't really think that's misogynist. I don't think so. Here we go.
It's at the heart of what Andrew Tate is selling. Just look at the tweets of Iggy Semmelweis, his second in command.
Iggy.
My webcam girl is home 100% of the time, has no time nor interest in going out. She sleeps, cooks, cleans, does her shows, gives me all the money, gets railed by me and our girlfriends, then smiles, thanks me, and goes and does it again tomorrow. Welcome to the war room.
What the fuck
is the war room of Andrew Tate?
Now, it's quite possible this next story has passed some of you by, but you would be in a minority.
As the war room members and I are bussed to the fight location, the world begins to talk about Andrew Tate with a new intensity.
Ooh.
He is a 35-year-old influencer who's been accused of spreading rape
openly
culture.
condones and celebrates violence against women.
Hitting women. Kids are acting like the things that he's saying is like revolutionary.
11-year-old boys, they love
Please stop looking up to Andrew Tate. He is a bad guy.
With the PR...
I think that it's very easily understandable why guys look up to Andrew Tate. If you don't understand why guys look up to Andrew Tate and like him, you don't understand guys.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you're totally fucking, like, you're in another world.
Yeah.
Crisis going on.
1
Andrew's
billion
team eager for some good press. So they send an extra friendly chaperone to sell me on the benefits of the war room experience.
Smart.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
My role
His name
is
is
to be
Alpha Wolf.
I'm Alpha Wolf.
This is gonna be good. I'm excited.
Okay. My role is to be Alpha Wolf.
Okay.
Life is all about how you deal with the pain and how you move forward. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as a man. So take it, make the best out of it, and grow as a man.
Oh, he gets to watch the people
All
get
of the
their
men in
shit
this room
kicked
seem
in.
to be taking this incredibly seriously.
What's your goal for the fight?
Of course I'm going to try to win.
I see a lot of contenders right there who had the guts to come right here in the cage. If any one of them win one fight, is gonna win all their money, all their girls.
This is the culmination of Andrew Tate's pressure cooker of male insecurity.
You're a fucking
That's a W trade. That's
I'm
fucking
the only guy on
crazy.
this fucking platform flying around in private jets with 27 cars, living this lifestyle. Most of you
That's
are not
fucking
stupid to become
bananas.
rich.
Are you ready?
I don't know about that.
But while they come forward to gratefully take the beatings they've paid thousands of dollars for,
You're here to lose a little bit of blood.
Andrew Tate's future on social media is hanging in the balance. And the public backlash is spreading.
Yeah.
I'm desperate to ask him about all of this, But first, I have to get through this ridiculous situation that I've found myself in.
Alright, let's go. I think it's kind of a W for Andrew Tate. The fact that, you know, this is clearly that in order to get this interview with him, this guy had to literally get the shit beaten out of him. That's, like, that's what it was. Yeah, because you know this whole thing hinged on him getting in this ring. And the reporter, yeah, that guy, like, man, I mean, he's not a big guy. He's clearly, like, maybe he's a bit in shape, but he's not a fucking fighter. God damn.
I don't know what's happening. Just not play that.
Hey, yo, have other people watched this shit? Because, like, you know there's about to be some violence. Like, have other people watched this video? Like, did Hassan watch this whole thing, or what? SGC watched it, Hassan watched it? Okay, alright, then we're good.
Very sure I want to end that shit. Just creepy ass fucker.
Pass the test. I know he's gonna lose, but wow, he's actually in there.
Whatever's going on behind the scenes, watching me get chased around puts a smile on Andrew's face.
Get stripped to the ground.
That's crazy. That's
I do have to admit the consistency of Andrew Tate. This guy is willing to fucking put skin in the game and get in a fight, and he's like, you know what? This dude is gonna try to ruin my life, but at least he's willing to go to war for it. You know?
That's fair.
That's consistency is nice.
Consistency is nice.
Yeah, I'm really. Yeah, this guy even more.
Nah, respect.
Those who went all in on their fight came out badly.
I don't know if I would have done that shit.
Are there times when you would love to have another address or phone number to use instead of
Nah,
your
dog.
address and person?
Nah.
One man was knocked out and taken away on a stretcher.
Word. Yeah.
The inner circle had put these men through collective hardship and recreated them in Andrew Tate's image. Fighters.
Come here, guys. Come on to the front. He broke his hand on your head.
He didn't break his hand.
But they
He's
also
lying.
joined a movement that was widely accused of normalizing sexism and rape culture.
Yeah, by the way, like this I have no problem with. I think this is totally fucking fine. A bunch of dudes get together, want to beat the shit out of each other. Not my thing. But hey, totally fucking fine.
Capitalizing on some dudes.
What was
Only
chose to
fans
fight
made by
in
man.
front of the crowd. Andrew's team shamed those who refused.
Hold on to it. Don't let it go. So anyone who fought, put your hand up.
Yeah.
How the experience was, how it's going to change your life, and if you have anything to say to the people who didn't fight.
I don't think I have any word of advice for the people that didn't do it, except that you should have probably.
You went to check on me. I'm thinking, I want to go train because I felt inadequate, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
Right now, I have new mountains to climb.
Yo!
And I'd love to get back here a year from now and go to the gym of the guy who beat the shit out of me.
Didn't it feel like a movie the last few days? I feel like that's a great metaphor for life. You know, we shouldn't be slaves. We shouldn't be working 9-to-5 jobs. We should actually make our lives into, I guess, a movie.
Just get the shit your fucking face kicked in.
Best fathers in the war room. I can't look at my sons and tell them to suck it up, Buttercup. If I don't.
Why do you say Buttercup?
Yeah. I mean, if I don't agree to get punched in the head by a random guy, then how can I
A professionally
possibly
trained
raise my children?
martial arts fighter.
How can I possibly do this? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. I mean, come on.
I'm done with this.